Welcome. I'm Tremaine Wright, Chair of the Cannabis Control Board. It's my pleasure again to be before you once again as part of the body entrusted to roll out cannabis in New York State. Recognizing that we have a majority of the board members present, I'm pleased to call to order another meeting of the Cannabis Control Board and to welcome all of you who are participating in person or via our real live stream. I would like to note that Board Member Perry is participating from a publicly accessible location in Buffalo, and Board Member Dr. Jennifer Gilbert Jenkins is participating from a publicly accessible location in Morrisville, New York. As always, the board meeting will be recorded and the transcript will be available to the public on the Office of Cannabis Management's website, cannabis.ny.gov. Additional information on Cannabis Control Board meetings is also available there. Today's agenda has one item of consideration of the settlement agreement for Fiore and the Coalition for Access to Regulated and Safe Cannabis Litigation. Thereafter, the board will adjourn. So since August 7th, the Office of Cannabis Management has been enjoined from processing or issuing conditional adult use licenses. Some 436 provisional licensees have had their business planning and rollout halted to a dead stop. And New York State cannabis licensees throughout the supply chain have similarly been impacted by the delay of the retail rollout. The CARD program stands as the first time that any state cannabis program has led with directing opportunity to those who are most impacted by outdated cannabis policies, including convictions for a cannabis offense. And it is also the engine that New York State is relying upon to push product that our cultivators have grown into the marketplace. So through CARD, we have an opportunity to reach communities across our state that want safe, tested, and responsibly grown cannabis, and to realize the goal of opening our New York State cannabis market with businesses and participants reflective of the diversity that makes New York State great. So now we can move forward to our first item. May I please have a motion to consider resolution number 2023-45, a resolution to consider settlement agreement for Fiore and Coalition for Access to Regulated Cannabis Litigation.
So moved.
I have a motion. May I have a second?
Second.
And we have it seconded. And I will ask our General Counsel, Linda Baldwin, to please give a brief overview.
Thank you and good afternoon, Chair and board members. This is the next step in the settlement process. All parties to a litigation need to approve a stipulation of settlement before it can become final. But the terms of the settlement still remain confidential at this stage. If, in fact, the board votes to approve the settlement at this meeting, the plaintiffs will submit stipulations to the court, and then the court has to review them and so order them in order for these agreements to become effective. So this is the next, but a very important step in the process. If any board members have any questions or would like to discuss before the vote, we will have to move into executive session. I know that all board members have had an opportunity to see the agreements prior to this board meeting.
I guess I should also ask, I'll ask it after we take our vote though, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Are there any questions or comments by board members? Do we need the executive session? Saying no? No, okay. I will now call for the vote. Dr. Gilbert Jenkins?
Aye.
If you give us a thumbs up or down, that would help. Okay, thank you. Ms. Garcia?
Aye.
Mr. Perry?
Aye.
Okay. Ms. Knight?
Aye.
And I vote in the affirmative as well. The motion to approve resolution number 2023-45, a resolution to consider settlement agreement for Fiore and Coalition for Access to Regulated Cannabis Litigation carries. And at this time, I'd like to ask if you can please give us a couple more comments on what people should expect as they move forward now that we have just voted to approve this settlement.
Well, first of all, that's great news and thank you very much. I know many people have been working hard to get to this point. In terms of what happens next, there will be communication going out to the card provisional licensees explaining the importance of this step and what to expect. But essentially, nothing can happen until the court approves these agreements. And then once that happens, the injunction that has been in place will be lifted. If that happens, the injunction will be lifted. And as you mentioned, the card program that has been stalled will be able to move forward.
So I'm going to also suggest if you have any other questions that are not answered in the communication that's going out, please don't hesitate to reach out to OCM by emailing info@ocm.ny.gov. So I want to say thank you, everyone, for participating today. We welcome you and appreciate you joining us. Please note that the time, location, and live stream link will be shared on cannabis.ny.gov in advance of the next Cannabis Control Board meeting. And a recording of today's meeting, our minutes, and a transcript will be posted as well. That concludes our business today. May I please have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Got two thumbs up, and the motion